So one thing I have realised when I started to put this video together was I filmed so much of my stuff the other way round. So the plan, and I know the video will be created by now, by the time you're listening to this, but the plan is to add the videos on top of what I'm saying. So yeah, anyway, Dubai, wow, it genuinely is a place like no other. Like I was a bit worried, and I know my mum and dad were worried about me coming out here on my own, but I don't think I've ever been in a place where I've felt so safe. Like as a woman here on her own, and like it's very, I can't even explain it, but yeah, I just feel so safe. So that was a good part number one. Obviously it's bloody boiling. It's been like 35 to 40 degrees most days, which I love the heat, and as you can tell, although the light's doing me absolutely no justice right now, I can tan easily, but Christ almighty, it's been so hot, like ridiculously hot. So yeah, but not moaning, because I know I will be moaning in about 48 hours time. And then I guess the other thing is, why did I come so spontaneously? And you know, life changes, things happen very quickly, and this trip, like Dubai, was always part of my plan, but as I said, I never expected it to happen so suddenly. And when I say suddenly, I mean I booked the flights a week ago Sunday and I flew out on Monday. Like it was very last minute. And I was sat in Nat's house booking the flights, and after I'd done it, I literally sat there and cried, because I was like, oh my god, what have I done? I'm just about to go and be in my own thoughts, in my own head for the next 10, 11 days. Yeah, so it was tough. And I don't mean that in tough, oh, it must be hard, bitch, you can go off to Dubai. What I mean is, when you're in a situation where you don't feel great in yourself, sometimes like you don't want to be alone. Sometimes you want your friends there, you want to be able to just like rant. And the other thing I found out is you can't FaceTime when you're in Dubai, and you can't call anyone. So I went to call my mum on like one of the first days I was here, it just wouldn't work. And we can Zoom, but obviously it's not, it just takes a bit more effort, doesn't it? So yeah, anyway, I was a bit sceptical. I was quite upset leaving Nat's house. Nat and Jade were there, and I was literally crying as I was leaving. But wow, I feel so different now. Like, so different. I feel like Rachel was back, and I'm very, very happy about it. When I was sat at the airport flying out here, I was obviously a lot paler, like a lot paler, but yeah, I was not in a good place, and I'm cringing at it now, as I probably might at all of this as well, but I'm cringing at the video that I filmed at the airport, and you'll be able to tell in that video genuinely how upset, how lost, how humiliated and embarrassed I was, not from filming the video, but yeah, just have a look at this.
So it is Monday, 25th of September, and I'm currently sat at Gatwick Airport, and I'm about to go somewhere that I've always wanted to go to, but I didn't actually think I'd be going here. So when I came out to Dubai, I was literally a shell of myself. Like I don't mind talking in front of camera, I don't mind talking to people, but this whole, like, I said to myself, I'm going to make a YouTube video, and I just freaked out like the whole time. So weird. So yeah, I was a shell of myself, and I don't want this to be a video that's me talking about my personal life, but at the same time, I do feel like sometimes it's important, because I help women to transform their bodies, but transform their lives, and no one's life is straightforward, and no one's life is like everything's sunshine and rainbows and everything goes to plan. So I feel like some parts are relevant, and when you get to a place where things just don't feel right and your gut is telling you something, like, you should trust it. But I just found myself, I began to self-sabotage. I began to not enjoy my training. I began to struggle with my food again, and that was like a massive warning sign to me. And I feel like it's important that I talk about these things. So yeah, just spent the last 10 days out here finding myself again, if that's what you want to call it. But no, I think more than anything, I just needed to get away from not even reality, just the shit, to be honest. And yeah, it's been a very well needed break, and like, I love spending time on my own. I feel like I'm quite good at that right now. And it also just makes you realise that you don't need anyone to make you happy, even if I wouldn't even say I was happy, but you just don't need that. And when you aren't in a situation anymore that you think or thought made you feel a certain way, you realise that that was probably just a bit of a mess. So yeah, anyway, what I'm trying to say is I don't want this to be about my personal life at all, and I'm not here to talk shit or anything about anything or anyone. But when or men, when you're just like not feeling yourself, it's up to you to like get yourself out of that situation. It's not up to anyone else. And I'm a real believer in everything happens for a reason, and everything's put in our lives to teach us something. So always ask yourself, like, what can you learn from the situation? What's it going to teach you? What can you do differently next time, or what wouldn't you do next time? And move forward like that. Like, it really is that quote unquote simple. I actually wrote a Facebook post, an Instagram post the other day about this, but one thing I've realised since I've been in Dubai is that we're so lazy in the UK. Like, we just expect things, and we're not willing to like put in the work, and we're not willing to do what needs to be done to get the results that we want. And yeah, it's weird because like the level of service out here, and I appreciate it's, you know, their job and it's kind of their culture maybe, but like no one's rude. Everyone's so polite, like so polite. Everyone wants to talk to you. Everyone tries to make friends. Like, yeah, it's really nice. And I put this on my Instagram story the other day, but I was down at the beach a couple of days ago, and this guy came up to me and asked me if I wanted to go to a Latin dance class that night because I look like a dancer. So we'll take that. We will definitely take that. Also, another insane thing that I've learned about Dubai is their fruit is just incredible. Like, how pleasing does that look? I've literally lived off of so much fruit over the past few days, like past 2 weeks nearly. So much fruit. I feel like I'm trying to make this quite aesthetic and influencer by putting the camera in different angles. But yeah, I had a conversation with someone the other day. They were like, why do you go on holiday on your own? I was like, why not? Like, obviously, number one, there was no one to come with me at such short notice, but also, why, the way I see it is, why do we need to rely on other people to be able to do things in our lives? Like, at the end of the day, the only person you have is yourself, so why wouldn't you want to spend time on your own? And I get it, like, sometimes holidays are for, you know, going with more than yourself, but and I would be kidding myself if there wasn't times on this trip that I've been like, oh, I wish, you know, someone was here so I could just go out for food with them and stuff. But I think when you get like used to your own company and you just become independent, you realise you don't need anyone for stuff like this. Like, you can still do all the things that you want to do, and there's nothing stopping you doing it. And also in Dubai, there are so many people out here on their own. Like when I was down at the beach the other day, there were so many girls, like roughly my age, that were just there on their own. Like it's the norm. It is so normal, and it is such a social place. And I've not really explored the like social side of it. I met up with like a couple of people that I know out here, but that's about it. But as well as it being social, it's also, from what I've seen, quite chilled and relaxing, so to speak. So I guess it's just like what you make of it. But yeah, why, like, don't become so reliant on someone else. Like, you've got to do these things for yourself. And I use that exact same like terminology when it comes to coaching, because myself and Heather can give our girls everything that they need, and we do give them absolutely everything they need. But ultimately, if they don't take the responsibility to do this themselves, then they're not going to get the results that they want. And it's the same in your life. Like you've got to take the responsibility. It's not, I put another post about this the other day, like it's not why me. You've got to change your perspective. You've got to change your attitude towards stuff. It's actually have the capability to go and take, again, the responsibility to do something on your own. That's the most important thing. And when you take that responsibility, you put yourself in control. And when you're in control of your own life, you can control the results. And if you do what needs to be done on a consistent basis, you will get the results that you want. It really is that simple. Whether it's health and fitness, changing your physique, lifting heavier in the gym, you know, all of that stuff, or whether it's any other aspect of your life, career, relationship, family life, whatever it is, you can change it. You've got the power. Like, you just have to be willing to do the work. And I think I'm going to save this kind of topic for another video, but something that I'm so passionate about is getting women to realise that actually results aren't easy. And I know that probably sounds a bit counterproductive because I'm trying to sell coaching, so to speak, but it's the truth. Like, if you want something that you've never had, you're going to have to do things that you've never done, and you're going to have to work bloody hard for it. You can't just expect to transform and get the results that you want for a little bit of effort. 50% effort gives you 50% results if you're lucky. So if you're about to embark on a transformation yourself, like, just know that you're going to have to commit to it. You're going to have to sacrifice things. You're going to have to do things differently. You really are. You're not going to be able to get to where you want to get to if you're not truly prepared to put in the hard work. And when I say hard work, I don't just mean for a week. You need to be consistent with this. You need to be willing to raise your standards as who you are as a person. And what you also expect of yourself, what you allow into your life, who you surround yourself with, the things you do on a day-to-day basis, all of these things matter, and they will play a massive, massive part in your results. So if you're sat here listening to this and you're thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna try a little bit and try and change, like, I'm telling you now, you're not. It's as simple as that. You're not. You need to be committed to it. You need to be prepared to do the bloody work, and if you are, you'll get the results that you want. It's that simple. So with all of that being said, I am about to go and finish packing. That's literally the worst part about going home. Trying to sort all of this out, because at the moment that suitcase is not closing, and that I don't even have 17 pairs of shoes. And for those of you that are thinking, what the fuck, Rachel, are you on about? When we went to Ibiza, I genuinely did pack initially 17 pairs of shoes, but we didn't take 17. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. I don't really know how you wrap up a YouTube video. We'll get better at that. But thank you so much for watching.